What's up, everybody? Hookah again. I want to apologize, you guys. I know that I'm a couple of days delayed with my videos. I've actually been taking some antibiotics. I got a little bit sick and a little bit of an infection on one of my tattoos here that I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've been progressing through the videos. It's really cool for you guys to see. Anyways, we got a pretty cool review today. It's going to be on Azure's Gold line. It's going to be Cairo Crypt Tonight, which I really like the name of it. I feel like it's a bit of a wordplay on Kryptonite from Superman, so really interesting if that's what they were going for, and if it wasn't, then that is a completely ironic coincidence. That's great. Either way, guys, it's supposed to be a cherry flavor, cherry with mint. Let's go ahead and let's show you guys that bag. That way we can get a good focus on it, which is awesome. And let's talk about this a little bit before we go ahead and actually smoke it. I'm having a little bit of issues getting this open here. Alright guys, so it's a small to medium cut, which is very consistent with Azure's tobacco, which I'm really happy about. It's a very artificial cherry smell. It reminds me of the red maraschino cherries or red cherries that you get like in the jars at the convenience store and stuff like that, which is actually pretty interesting. It reminds me a lot of my childhood. It reminds me a lot of like some ice cream with like one of the cherries on top, or Robitussin, or some other sort of cough medicine with some artificial cherry in it. But it doesn't smell bad. It actually smells kind of good. And to be honest, I really enjoyed taking medicine as a child, so this is actually going to be a flavor that I really enjoy. But yeah, guys, there's not a lot of mint when you actually go ahead and smell it. Almost none, actually. None that I can like detect with my nose. But there definitely is that very heavy cherry smell in there. And the cut is amazing. It's medium and small, so that's absolutely perfect. So, I'll tell you guys a little bit about my setup. We were smoking out of an Amiro Osaka hookah. We have a classic rook bowl with a first generation HMD Cloud Lotus. We got 3 titanium flat coals in there, and I've had it sitting for about 10 minutes. Seems like there's a good amount of heat on that bowl. Just kind of, this is how I kind of test to see if my hookahs are ready to go or not. Just kind of run my finger a little bit, you know, try not to get burned, guys. Don't touch the metal, don't touch near the top of the bowl. But if it's nice and warm, it's usually a good sign that it's ready to go. As you guys know, as always, I am trying the flavor for the first time with you guys live here, so that there is no bias whatsoever, and we can get the video going. So let's go ahead and take some draws and see how we go. Alright guys, we got some big white fluffy clouds on that first draw, which is always a good sign, and I will admit I've been very consistent with Azure's tobacco. Originally, I saw a lot of the hype on Reddit for this tobacco, and I really didn't expect much of it, because I know that sometimes people tend to hype up a little bit of products, and then you have really high expectations for it, and it turns out to be really bad. Well, this is actually really good. Now, I will say this, the only other cherry flavor that I've had in the past was actually from Tangiers, which is their maraschino cherry flavor, and it was an amazingly good tasting flavor. And the buzz was extremely heavy on that flavor, heavier than other Tangier flavors that I've had. Why? I have no idea. I never did a review on it. I smoked it, maybe that was about 5-6 years ago. I don't even know if they still make that flavor anymore. But let's take a couple more draws of this and let's see what we can get out of it, guys. Let's see what type of flavor we got. As you guys can see, you got great smoke to do any sort of smoke trace that you could possibly want to do with this. As far as the flavor, on the inhale, I'm getting absolutely nothing, which is absolutely weird for mint flavors. Usually on a mint or a menthol mint, you get kind of that cooling sensation on the inhale. I get none of that so far. Get my nose receptors in there going. All right. There's that heavy cherry flavor, guys. There's a lot of cherry in this flavor. It's actually really good. It's more subtle than when you actually smell it in the bag. When you smell it in the bag, it smells very, very like pungently strong to the point that it's like overwhelming. But when you actually smoke it, it's kind of mild and it's just more subtle than what you actually smell. So that's a good thing because it's not an overpowering flavor. I mean, it tastes great to me. Like I said, this flavor, smoking it, is reminding me a lot of my childhood. It's giving me like that nostalgic feeling of those little red cherries that come jarred and stuff like that. It's a really good flavor. You do detect a very, very, very slight amount of mint in there, which is nice because it doesn't change the flavor. It doesn't overpower that cherry. You get the full cherry sensation in there, which is absolutely great. great flavor, guys. I'm actually really impressed by this flavor, I have to say. This is probably one of the first Azure flavors that I've actually smoked for the first time, and I can say like I am actually really impressed by this flavor. Like I said, it is not a true cherry taste. It's not like going to the grocery store and getting a cherry and just eating that. It's more like getting, you know, like the canned little like candy cherry version of it. But it is very good. I mean, honestly, you can almost attribute this to like a cherry pie flavor or something like that. I mean, I would probably add a little bit more mint to it personally, just because I really like the menthol taste to it. So I might add maybe some like social smoke mint or something like that to it in the future. But I could definitely smoke this on its own for sure. Like, this flavor is actually really good. We're gonna take one last inhale and we're gonna go into the rating system for this. Got a little bit harsh there, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take the top of my HMD off, quick purge, and another puff. Alright guys, absolutely perfect. Alright, so as you know, I rate all of my stuff on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being absolutely trash, don't recommend it, to a 10 being absolutely great, definite recommendation. As far as the cut goes, I'm giving that a 10 out of 10. They have been very consistent with it. It is an amazing cut, small to medium, easy to pack. I showed you guys in another one of my videos that I pack it in a semi-dense pack, more of a medium pack, not as dense as Tangiers, not as fluffy as some of the other tobacco if you're using another type of bowl. So that tends to be what I have found works really great with the Azure tobacco, because you get great smoke quality, you get great flavor, great clouds, great everything pretty much. So that's a 10 out of 10. Smoke quality, I base it off of how thick the clouds are, how white the clouds are, you know, you're getting a good amount of density to them, you know, the ability to do smoke tricks with them and stuff like that. That's also going to be a 10 out of 10, so that's really consistent with their tobacco so far. And as far as the flavor, guys, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. If you guys are not a fan of cherry flavors, do not buy this flavor. If you are a fan of cherry flavors and artificial cherry flavors, or really reminiscent of your childhood, then this is a flavor I 100% recommend. I would go ahead and order some. I probably am going to order this in a 250 gram pack just so I can have it more of a daily smoke. I do have over 40 to 50 different types of tobacco here at my house, so what I smoke on a daily basis is usually mints if I want to just smoke to, you know, hang out, do some homework, stuff like that. But I could definitely throw this into the mix. It is a really good flavor. So that's a 10 out of 10. So overall, it's going to be a 10 out of 10 for this tobacco, guys. I definitely recommend it. So to give you guys a heads up, the next review is actually going to be on Barista's Choice, I believe it's called, which is another coffee flavor from Azure. After that, it's going to be followed by something that was actually requested of me on Reddit, which is going to be papaya sorbet from Tangiers. So we will be smoking a dark leaf. I'm really excited for it. Papaya is a fruit that is typically eaten in the island where I am from. I am from Cuba, and I think I've mentioned that in a couple of other my videos, so I'm really familiar with the papaya taste. Famari has a papaya flavor, island papaya, that is actually pretty similar to the actual fruit. So I'm really excited to see how the sorbet version of it from Tangiers holds up to that. So that's a really exciting review coming out. That'll be the second video after the next one, which will be Barista's Choice. My next video will probably be in like 2 to 3 days, guys, so please stay tuned for that. Also, we're going to be doing a giveaway next month. I do want to point out that in that giveaway, I'm going to reiterate this in every single one of my videos up until that point. The giveaway is going to be for military, so that if you're overseas, stationed somewhere in Italy or Netherlands, wherever you may be, Germany, Japan, it is sent to an American PO box, so the shipping is not that expensive. If you are from overseas, that you just happen to live in another country, unfortunately you will not be able to participate in that giveaway. But anyone that's in the US or Canada, more than welcome to participate in that giveaway. The giveaway will be done on my Twitch TV channel, which is Twitch TV/Hookah_Laz, which is also my handle on Instagram. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and send me a message on there. Reddit, Hookah_Laz as well. More than welcome to private message me any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you might not want to ask in public. What we will be doing for that giveaway is we're going to start a live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and around 8:30 p.m. we're going to go ahead and do the drawing. It's going to be completely randomized. It's going to be a hookah with some tobacco, maybe some coals, I'm not sure yet, but more than likely it'll be like a small little package of everything all put together, which is going to be coming from my own money, guys. It is not a sponsored stream, it is not a sponsored review in any way, shape, or form. It's just something I want to do for you guys, because I really want to thank you guys for all the support and feedback you guys have given me so far. So please feel free to like and subscribe to my video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and you guys have a wonderful day.